receivers.
Chosen Robbie.
Yes, chosen Robbie Anderson.
Speaking of chosen, the chosen one has entered our show. B. Mr. Coach Evans from Sip2Tally Films and more Sip2Tally Films. What is going on, Coach?
Not much, man. How y'all doing?
Coach, I'm glad you're here because I love what you're doing over there on more Sip2Tally. Guys, go subscribe to more Sip2Tally. Okay. You're doing 32 teams in 32 days. Okay. Mm-hmm. Power rankings, ranking all the teams in the NFL. Everybody loves rankings. Yep. Okay. Everybody loves rankings. Most of them are bad. Okay. But this right here, I challenge everybody at the beginning of the show to find a better ranking system than yours. It was a trap because they're not going to find one. Okay. This is hands down the best ranking system, period. All right. But I want to let you discuss that. And I want to kind of go over the teams that you have done up until this point.
All right. So what I did was I took and I tried to do 5 offensive skill sets and 5 defensive, but I ran into a little problem. So the 5 offensive skill sets I got is quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, O-line. And I wanted to balance it out by doing 5 for the defense. And I started out with D-line, edge, linebacker, safety, and corners. But with that edge and D-line, it just wasn't working out. Right. And so I ended up putting them together. And so I got 5 offensive and 4 defensive, and it just made it a lot easier because, well, a lot easier. It was hard anyway. And so I ranked each position group 1 to 32. So I took the quarterbacks and ranked them 1 to 32. Took the running backs, ranked them 1 to 32, so forth and so on. And then I averaged them all out. And so each team has an average. And then I, based on where the average is, that's where your rank is, 32 to 1. And that's what you're starting to see on more Sip2Tally. So it took a minute. It was the most stressful part was the D-line and edge group. Now, the quarterbacks, the running backs, the receiver stuff took a minute because, there are so many of those guys. The O-line groups it was hard, but you kind of know who the better rushing teams are. You can kind of put that together. And then with me, it helped that I did the college stuff too. So I kind of know who picked up the better O-lineman because once you get past like the second or third round with O-line groups, the rest of them are trash. And every now and then you'll find a good O-lineman you'll find a good 6th round receiver every now and then, but you ain't gonna find those 6th round O-linemen. Right. They pretty much gonna be 3rd round on up. So you got a good idea of who the good O-linemen good O-linemen are. But that's what I'm doing. And right now I'm on tomorrow will be number 29. And I did like you said earlier, 32, 31, and 30. And so I'm just trying to, put it out there and not, like I said, I think I'm the first one, like Stephen A. Smith. There are no assistants helping. Well, there's one assistant helping to my right. But it was just me and her and putting out there. Mostly me, and she did some stuff when I got frustrated. But
okay.
It is what it is, man. It's raw, it's authentic, and it's the best I can give you.
Now, look, right out the gate, you came with a 5, okay? Because number 32, nobody was expecting that to be 32. Okay. The LA Rams you have as the worst ranked team. Let's talk about that for a minute. How did they get the worst ranked label?
Honestly, when I looked at it and put it all on paper, they lost. I ain't gonna say they lost so much that when you look at them on defense, Ramsey gone, Wagner gone. All they got on defense really is
Aaron Donald.
And what bagged it up, what really made me happy to see was the very next day when I put that out, Brent Coleman came out with his stuff about the LA Rams, and he said they had 32 or 36 rookies. And that really, to me, that authenticated what I was saying. They had 4. Remember last year we had 14 picks and we used them all.
Yeah,
the Rams had 14 picks and they used them all, and they're expecting all 14 people to play because they shot and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So now they're reaping what they sold for F them picks, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they're probably fine with that. Like
most of them are.
Yeah, it looks similar to what Carolina was, and except I don't think it was intentional in Carolina. But they had Cam Newton on the offense, they had Luke Kuechly on defense, and you had those are two, elite players, two superstar players that were just holding up their side of the ball. And there was some talent sprinkled in here and there, but it was really, really a bad roster being held up by a few players with top end talent. And like you said, the Rams, they probably looked at Stafford that way. Obviously they've got Cooper Kupp, they got Aaron Donald, they had Jalen Ramsey, and then now they don't. Right?
Yeah.
And he mentioned also that the Bucs are doing the same thing. The Bucs in that same situation. They went all in with Tom, and they're gonna cycle through talent and whatnot. But with the Rams being that last team, they got so many. Like, just think about their cornerbacks. They got Jacoby Durant. How many people know who Jacoby Durant is? How many people know what even school he went to?
Right.
Jacoby Durant's a MEAC player from South Carolina State. Who's a starting corner for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that because you mentioned them to me before. I didn't know who he was until you told me about him. So
then their linebacking core is nobody. All you know is, like, if I had to coach this against the Rams, I'm running the ball almost every play, and I'm just running wherever Aaron Donald is not. And I'm almost gonna guarantee you I'm gonna win.
Yeah. And who's the quarterback right now?
It's still Stafford.
If he can keep himself upright.
Right.
That's the one thing they had going for him: Stafford and Cooper Kupp, I guess.
And that's it.
That's it.
Van Jefferson's their number 2. They got a number 3 receiver who was their number 1 most of the year last year, and Tutu Atwell was their number 2 for most of the year.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: if your ranking holds up, they've put themselves in a pretty good spot, right? Because now they do own their first round pick this coming year.
Yes.
And you've got Caleb Williams, you got Drake May, and there's a couple other guys who are going to work their way into that discussion, but they'll be able to find their QB of the future and kind of reset.
Well, I'm like Mike. I think they got their QB of the future already.
Who?
Who?
Even though Stetson Bennett and Callum the same age, but I think they got their QB of the future already.
The QB of the very immediate future. They can draft their QB of the long-term future.
Stetson Bennett and Sean McVay the same age.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up with Caleb Williams. Right. This is what good organizations do. They take calculated risks. Mm-hmm. They won a Super Bowl. They know when to dump their salary and just be bad for a year and then re-up. Because they go and get Caleb Williams, they're back.
Right.
Everything that, they may not be instantly Super Bowl contenders, but everything will start to fall into place after that.
And honestly, if they're terrible this year, if they're smart, they dump Aaron Donald for some more picks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because he's getting ready to retire anyway.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Let Aaron Donald go to a contender where he can potentially get him another ring. Mm-hmm. And get them some more picks, and they really restart their run again.
Oh man, the rich get richer. Okay, this is how you do it.
But for right now, they 32.
Yes, right now they're 32. 31. Noah, cover your ears. Noah.
This was actually more surprising to me than the Rams.
I told y'all, like, yes, I previewed it. I said a lot of people not gonna like 31.
31.
Oh, I liked it. I was just surprised.
The Detroit Lions are 31.
That's what they get for letting that second grader draw their new helmet.
Coach, what happened to the Lions? They finished so strong. How did they end up 31?
Well, I took out. They got rid of both of their rushers. Their number 2, what I think their number 2 receiver suspended for 6 or 8 games, or so to speak.
Jameson 6, yeah.
Jameson 6 games. Their O-line is good. And I know their O-line is really good. I got their O-line ranked number 3 out of 32 teams. I really like their O-line. You don't know what you're gonna get out of Jared Goff. Yeah. You have no idea what you're gonna get out of Jared Goff. Defensively, they got 2 good ends. Them guys in the middle, you don't know.
Right.
You just don't know. They drafted a lot of people like the guy they took in the first round, the linebacker. I don't.
Oh, yeah. Is it Campbell? Jack Campbell?
Yeah, Campbell. I don't like him. I don't. I like Rodriguez. I don't like Campbell. Mm-hmm. Then on the back end, they got CJ Gardner Johnson, but I think he's about to fall. He's to that point where he's about to fall off the cliff, and I just don't like what they got in the secondary. And it's mainly the defense why they got them so low, because they do have James Houston and Aiden Hutchinson, but I think Houston had 8 sacks in 7 games. But the thing is with Houston, I think he's in that same boat with Ojabo. Did Ojabo get all that shine because Hutchinson was on the other side? So I'm putting Houston in that same boat. Did Houston get all that shine in those games because Hutchinson was on the same side? Because Hutchinson had 9.5 sacks in 17 games. Houston had 8 sacks in 7 games. Right. Was it because the focus was on Hutchinson?
Right.
We don't know. So I think them getting rid of Jamal and DeAndre Swift is gonna hurt them. But if they have success with a rookie running back, how much worse is it going to be for these established backs to try to get contracts? Because they took 2 good running backs, 2 established running backs, and said, go do something else. We're going to run it back with this rookie behind a good old line.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of it depends because, DeAndre did go to Philly. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes over to Philly and he blows up, that might counteract whatever happens with Gibbs in Detroit,
But Philly got a good line too, though.
Yeah, but then it'll just be, hey, bad team making bad decision, right? But we'll see. I think Jameer gonna go for like 2,400 yards. I think.
Did you draft him in your? Is he
18 touchdowns?
Is he on your fantasy football team?
If you want some of that, you can hit me up in the Dynasty League and we can talk. But
yeah.
Don't forget we got a draft Friday too. Don't forget.
That's right.
How could I forget? With how you did me in that draft, Coach.
I did not do that. That was the computer. I made sure I screenshot it and it said random.
Never picked so low in my life.
I like pick early in the second round.
I'm gonna pick in the middle of the second round. It's the worst spot to be in.
I think because the O-line is so strong, right? I think you that's how you build a team from the line out, offense and defense. Because the O-line is so strong, it allows them to. It allows your team to do a whole lot when your O-line can just build a wall around the quarterback and open up holes for the running back. You don't have to be as talented there. But you're right. Jared Goff, man. I mean, that is the quarterback that you need to build a wall around for sure. For sure.
A great wall.
If he can put, just keep it together for a little bit, they can be competitive. I think because all the things that you said, Jameson Williams having a suspension, you have, you got rid of both of your running backs. They are going to struggle coming out the gate. And possibly when everybody comes back and they start to get a little cohesive down the stretch, you can see a similar run to what they did last year, but it'll be too late. Right.
Now, the positive form is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes.
He is the truth. And I didn't realize that cat can play.
Yeah.
Over 100 catches. I think about 12 or 1,100 yards. That cat can go get it. And him with a healthy, well, he'll be healthy, but whenever he gets back, Jameson, and then you slide Khalif Raymond in there, they'll be good in that division. But again, that suspension is gonna hurt him. It's probably gonna take him 2, 3, 4 games to get his feet up under him from being suspended, and that's the middle of the season by then.
Yeah,
I think Jameson Williams is that guy. Like I said, him being out. Excuse me. I kind of feel like the Cinderella story that they're all expecting in Detroit is going to fall apart this season. That coach, I forget his name now, the offensive coordinator the offensive coordinator. He interviewed in Carolina too. They thought he was going to take the job. I cannot remember now. Ben Johnson, I believe.
Ben Johnson, yeah.
Him going back, I think is probably going to turn around and be a bad decision for him. Like you said, getting rid of your established players in the backfield. And the real thing, we talked about it on this show before, like that offseason was going to be kind of make or break for that front office and coaching staff, where you're they had the choice of, are we going to ride with Jared Goff, or are we going to, go out there and make a change and get a guy with a higher ceiling? And they chose poorly.
They do have Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, he'll be back when he's 27 and just in time for that decline.
They picked freaking Campbell in the first round.
They sure did. They sure did.
Yeah.
Well, and listen, I like Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's a very good player. I think he's an extremely talented player. But not only did they take their off-ball linebacker in the teens, they took a running back in the top 10. And the running back, I mean, I like Jack Campbell as a player, but the running back wasn't even in a position of need.
Right.
So I did not love their draft. Didn't love their offseason.
And you know, why are you doing it? You doing it to save money? Okay, what are you saving money for? What'd you pick up? You know what I'm saying? You just did this to save money. Those are bad moves. I hate when people say, "Oh, well, they get a cheaper running back." All right, so what are you saving money for? What did you go and get? Did you go and sign a D-Hop? Are you signing? You know, are you trading for what's his name, Chase Young? Are you trying to get better, or are you just trying to pinch pennies? Because that's not how you build your team.
That's a zig when I zag move. That's a straight line.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's one of those people that think they can cross you up on a court and they fall over.
They cross themselves. Right. Right.
All right. Number 30.
Mm-hmm.
This was more around what I thought they would be.
This is a win for them. I thought they'd be 32.
Yeah. I thought them in Atlanta would be battling for last place. But number 30, the Arizona Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did they beat out the Rams and the Lions?
Well, I'm assuming that Kyler did not factor into this for their ranking this season, correct? Because he's going to miss most of the season, it looks like.
And now that I think about it, I kind of forgot about that injury for him, and that's why they're higher than they are.
No,
because
with Kyler.
Yeah, I forget. Yes, with Kyler. Yeah, it's with Kyler. I forgot about that. How he's gonna be out most of the season.
Oh, Buck, I'm sorry.
As a matter of fact, when looking back on, because I watched the video today, I spent a good 6 minutes with Kyler right beside my face talking about it. I didn't even mention the fact that Kyler was out because I forgot about it.
Oh no!
But yes, Kyler being there is why they are where they at.
Now you had Kyler ranked 14th amongst quarterbacks.
I like Kyler Murray.
Me too.
I like what he can do outside the pocket, but like I said, I forgot that he was out for as long as he's out. I like Kyler Murray. I'm just gonna hit the positives and why they up there. I like Kyler Murray. I like Buda Baker. I like Isaiah Simmons, and they're like percentage points in front of the Rams and Lions. It's not like they had these great numbers. They put them ahead of the Rams. These last 3 to 4 teams, they're like percentage points in front of each other. It's like say if the Lions didn't have that good old line, that probably would have moved them back, further. Like that good old line put them in front of the Rams,
right?
Or something. If Buda Baker wasn't on the Cardinals team, they might have been
right because he had asked for he had asked out essentially.
He did ask out.
If they're going to honor that, but
exactly. So it's the last 3 or 4 teams, they percentage points by each other. So it's not much separating them. So it's like a toss up. But I did forget if I had remembered he was out as long as he is, they probably would have been 32 now. I think about it. I forgot he was out probably half the season. Honestly.
I can't believe my man said on the strength of having a franchise quarterback, you are 30th.
It is.
I'm still a Hollywood Brown fan. I still like Hollywood Brown. I mean, he's not great, but I think pretty good. And Kyle's gonna miss a good chunk of the season, but when he gets healthy, him and Hollywood, they're gonna have some success out there.
And Hollywood's really in the same situation he came from, because he's the number 1 guy now, and they don't really have much behind him, but they got a good tight end. Yeah, it's him, Rondale Moore, and they got Zach Ertz and Trey McBride as a second tight end. That's really what they got offensively, and they got James Conner as a running back. Yeah. As far as quarterbacks, they got the same dude that played with him in Baltimore, McSorley. McSorley. They got David Blau, and they got what's the old dude that played at Texas? Colt McCoy. So Hollywood's probably in a worse situation.
Colt McCoy, he don't look a day over 24 still.
Please don't call him old because I was a grown ass man when he was in college.
Hollywood's in a worse situation.
He's still a kid to me.
He probably wish he had stayed now.
Hey, listen.
And he still ain't got paid yet.
That's why he needs to go out there and ball out this year. I think Kyler not being out there, he can show his value just by going out there and just being professional and playing well when Kyler gets back. Try to be 1,000-yard wide receiver this year, get your money, and then and stay there. Because look, they're not going to be a great team, obviously, but a big part of it is Kyler being hurt, and they have some shuffling around to do. They can change that in the offseason.
It's an interesting thought. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I was going to say, yes, it's going to be a tough year for him, but this is where you earn your money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting thought. You say you probably wishes he was still in Baltimore, and it's like if he had not complained so publicly, right? Maybe some of the other guys don't follow suit, and this offseason, do they really go through that transformation and getting rid of Roman, bringing in Odell, drafting another receiver? Because, you can still point at him and be like, hey, we got Hollywood and Bateman. All we need is to get rid of Steve Saunders and we're all good, right?
Maybe
I don't wonder.
He might have been the first domino. You're right. He might have been the first domino. But to Jose's point, if he can go out and get 1,000, 1,100 yards with that trash at quarterback, he might be in for a good payday.
And he'll get the targets. It won't be for lack of opportunity. He'll get the targets.
He may not get the targets because their O-line trash too.
Oh yeah. He might have to go out there.
He might have to resort to running hitches again to get the catches.
Yeah. Back to blocking, I guess. All right. So tomorrow is number 29. 29. All right.
How many weeks am I gonna have to wait to see Carolina? I don't like that. All right, well, but okay, I know you don't want to give it away. I understand. But give me a little preview of, let's say, the tier. I guess 1 to 10 would be tier 1, 11 to 20, tier 2. Below that, tier 3.
He can't give anything away.
No. I'm saying, what tier did you put Bryce Young in? Being that he's a rookie, you don't really have any thing to go off, in terms of his NFL.
I'll say this for all the rookie quarterbacks, I pretty much put them in the same tier, and I didn't give them any stock, any of them. I treated them as if they haven't done anything in NFL. So
Carolina's 32 at quarterback.
No, like for real, I now the three main guys, Bryce, Richardson, and CJ. All in my mind, I got them as starters, but I treated them as if they haven't done anything. So I didn't put one above the other, but I do have them as starting, and I treated them as like they got zero stats, which they do. But I do have them in my mind as starters. Okay. But I didn't say CJ gonna be better than Anthony or Anthony's gonna be better than Bryce. I just they are one flat line, but I do have them as starters.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do have what's columns as worse than all three of them. Will Levis.
Will Levis taking a lot of hits this offseason, and he ain't even put the pads on yet, man. That's not cool.
He should take hits from putting mayo in coffee.
He said it was a dare.
No, he should have whatever the dare was. He should have did the dare.
He need to peel them bananas though. That's not cool.
All right, listen. You guys need to watch every day. He's going to unveil another team every day. All right. You like this breakdown? I know you do. No, look, if you click on any of those clickbaity, the top 32 teams or power ranking things, and they give you no real context to why they have them ranked, is don't waste your time with that. You're gonna feel a lot more fulfilled about where your team is ranked. Okay. You look at this one. Chris White says Mayo, the caucasity. Yes. So no, every team, even if I know Noah is hurt because he likes the Lions, but how he breaks down why they're ranked there, you can respect that.
That's the key, is why. It ain't just a random it ain't just thrown out there. It's a why to it. It's a method to it, and it's. I feel like it's completely unbiased. I feel like that, but you know.
No, absolutely, you can respect it. So you're not going to find anything better out there. I promise you. I promise you. No matter where your team is on here, whether you like it or you don't like it, you can understand and respect the work that's gone into it. And again, this is preseason rankings. Okay, so don't take it to heart. Okay, coach is breaking down the concerns that he has with them, the positives with the team, where they need to improve, and if they improve in those places, obviously they can jump up, further in the rankings.
The fine print reads that when D-Hop and Dalvin Cook finds a home, the rankings won't change. Too much work went into it, but while they didn't have a team, I am not changing it when they find one. Sorry.
There you go.
It is etched in the stone. So if they find a team that I'd already done, I'm not going back. If they find a team that I have yet to do, like if they find a team next week and it's all right, sorry, it ain't going up.
Listen,
it is what it
guys,
is.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. There's always a way. Okay, he's saying no, but maybe he gets an influx of subscribers over on more Sip2Tally. Maybe there's an influx of patrons, requesting it. Right? Maybe hearts and minds change a little bit. All right. So listen, do yourself a favor. I know you guys are already subscribed to Sip2Tally. You better be. I already know that. But there's only one thing that's better than Sip2Tally. More Sip2Tally. Go over there. More Sip2Tally. That's easy to remember. This is where you can find these videos. Okay, every day you need to be tuned in. You guys are looking for something in the off season. Yep. This is it right here.
It'll take you to camp start.
I said a reminder. 6 o'clock.
Yep.
6 o'clock. Okay. These were the videos I said. You'll see who's unveiled and why they're ranked there. Okay. So more Sip2Tally. Hit the subscribe button right now. Go over to patreon.com/Sip2Tally. Okay. And sign up for a tier. I don't have my chalice in front of me, but you get a nice chalice for the gunslinger tier. There you go.
Shout out to Pete Brown the third.
And this is a requirement. You're gonna need that chalice for the season, because after every Ravens game, we're going to toast. Okay, for every win. All right. So
them sorrows.
Hey,
we're gonna toast to Panthers wins too.
That's right.
That's right.
just let everybody know. I told everybody about Sip2Tally, more Sip2Tally. Anything else you want to?
On Twitter at Coach Evans9. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Sip2Tally, and YouTube Sip2Tally and more Sip2Tally. I appreciate everybody for the subscriptions, and make sure you follow me for the next 29 days for the what do you call it? More Sip2Tally Power Rankings. I guess that's the official name. I stumbled upon that name today.
Now, Coach, I hit you up at the last minute about this, but we plan on just kind of recapping why this is going on the show. So I'm gonna send you the invite if you can make it cool.
Yeah, that's cool. We'll make it a Wednesday thing. That's
okay.
Cool. Make it a Wednesday thing, and I'll follow through.
Right. Coach, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.